Hello, welcome back to the video, everybody. This is me after quite a few months of me doing nothing with commentary. Today we are building ourselves a 2x2 piston flush door. I'm gonna be telling you how to do it with buttons. If you want custom placed buttons, I'll tell you how to hook them up. If you want levers, I'll tell you everything today. Let's do part one. So the first step to making a piston door is making the door itself, which is just two pistons here. Oh no, sorry, four pistons right here, two right here, then a 2 block space in between right here, like that, and then we do the same thing over here mirrored, which is four pistons like this in a square, and then two facing this way. From the top view, it should look something like this. Then you want 2 blocks here and 2 blocks here in between these pistons. They make like a bit of a square. Then you can put 2 blocks here for like a cover, and then cover up this whole thing. You can make a roof as well. If you want, you can also make a floor. This is your door, and now we're going to add the redstone to make this door work. The first step is by adding a repeater here and a repeater here. These are right above these two pistons that are like facing inwards towards the ones that you can see through the door. And these repeaters both have to be set either to 2 ticks or 3 ticks, which is, on default, either right click it one time or right click it twice. For this example, I'll right click both of these twice. I'm pretty sure they both have to be the same. I mean, maybe they don't, but I always do it the same to keep it uniform. Then we have redstone going connecting these two, and then 2 more right above the other 2 pistons. This basically connects everything. And then you can put blocks here, and then one redstone torch either here or here. I'll put mine right here, and then a button directly above this. And congratulations, you just completed your door. You can press this button and your door opens and closes. Now if you want an inward facing button is where it gets a bit more complicated. But first, if you want to do a lever, it's extremely simple. The lever's right here. Once you flick this on, you can have a lever. If I just extend this real quick, you can have a lever probably over like here so it doesn't mess with any other redstone. Right here, and just connect this. And then, yeah, and then when you go back outside, just like that. The only nuance is it doesn't really work in multiplayer, especially if you're like coming in, and then you close your door, and then someone from the other side tries to come in. It's not gonna work. This lever has to be off for this one to work, which is a stupid thing, but you can fix this by going back to buttons. Now buttons don't work with this extra thing right here, but we can easily get this fixed. So I'll show you first how I did mine right here. There's like a U shape of unpowered redstone, and it's like connected to my buttons. Basically how this is going to work is this redstone torch has a block attached to it. I'll show you guys right here. If a redstone torch is sitting on a block and this block receives power like this, real quick, let's get some redstone blocks. If this block receives power that the redstone torch is facing on, it powers off. Interestingly, using a redstone lamp, you can also see that redstone torches power everything around them except for the block they are standing on. And again, if that block receives power, it turns off. We're going to use this information to help us turn off this torch, because if this torch turns off, it turns off all of this redstone and retracts the pistons. And when this redstone torch receives power, which is through this button, as you can see, it turns off the redstone, which retracts the pistons and opens the door. That's how that works. Now, to make this two-way, like both buttons on the inside and outside, we're first going to move this button up a block to give us more space. Same thing with this torch. Now, if we look over here, we move the torch back for even more space so that our system works more. What we're going to do is we're going to put the torch on, I think it was this block right here. And this torch then powers this thing because it's directly below. Like if I were to put a lamp right here, the lamp would turn on just like what we have right here. This torch turns on the lower lamp. Anyway, we are now going to add a redstone signal and make sure it turns off this torch. So I think what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put a torch right here and then redstone. This connects it, and then when we put redstone right here, we have a torch. It's basically the same thing except we move the torch by one block, and instead of the button turning off the torch completely by itself, it's connected by a redstone. It works the exact same way, and it's connected pretty much the exact same way, but it gives us more space to work with. What we're going to do next is we're going to make the inside button. Now the inside button, I'll put it right here. I'll go on to where if you want it somewhere you're in your own way later. You're going to want to connect a redstone circuit that connects to this redstone right here, because if it does, it's going to turn this on, which will turn off the torch. So I'm going to use glass for this. Oh, look at that. We don't have any space. It's okay. We can use the other side if you guys have space. And we can tower up like this. This is a very cool feature. Look at that. It just towers up. And I'm going to tower up a bit more here actually too. But that should work just like that. And now we have a bit of a ledge to work with. And now if we do this, it doesn't work. Why not? Because if you put redstone here, the redstone's going to face here, but the redstone has to face into the torch for it to work. Easy fix. We move the torch back another one. Make sure to put another redstone here so it's connected. And then we have another problem. Oh, shoot. This is just going to be weird. But that's okay because we can just move this back here. And I believe if we go right here, it turns off. Oh, well, you kind of have to mush this down here so that the button still works. But as you can see, this works. And since this is also connected, it's going to work the same way with this button right here. Cool, so we just added two things. Now all players can use this button to enter this, and then use this button to open it again, because both of these are turning off the torch that powers this thing. Now, we're going to go into how if you want your button somewhere else. Like if you want this outside button to be on like an outside post, like right here, or anywhere hidden. Like there's a cave over here, you want the button inside the cave so that everyone can see it. Same idea, you just want to have redstone going into this U shape right here of unpowered redstone. What I'm going to do here, this button right here is going to power this redstone block. Simple, you just want a redstone connecting to the thing. So I think I'm going to use glass again and just get it up on that extra elevation so we can reach this easier. Also, you might not want to put this on like the very edge unless you know there's going to be like another block right here. You can always just like add like, another like side right here. You can go this way too, that way you'll have that extra space, Same thing over here, you can just move this redstone up right here. This way, it's going to connect beautifully, and you can put smooth wall right here, and it covers everything up perfectly. Then, again, just like that, you just want to connect this to this redstone right here. And there you go. Now this button right here opens the door. The exact same concept is for this inner button. If you want the inner button like right here, or like even right here, you just have to connect it to this block right here, which is gonna turn off the redstone torch. Very simple right here. We already have like a circuit facing down. In this situation, we can just do this, and we already have our circuit going up. Just one thing you want to be careful about, sometimes these circuits, especially if the button's far away, these circuits can be quite long. Make sure that whenever a circuit is longer than 15 blocks, you have a redstone repeater just somewhere in between so that it doesn't like turn off. Like, I don't know if this works for this one. Let me see. Yeah, okay. So as you can see, I'm gonna do slash tick freeze, and I'm gonna copy that. And now I press this button, and the game is frozen. So now this is gonna stay here forever. So now I can show you what's going on. So the redstone power, as you can see, it gets darker and darker with every block because it loses power. And eventually, since this circuit is slightly longer than 15 blocks, it turns off, and it does not reach the torch in time. Easy way to fix this, like I said, let me really quickly just tick on freeze. Just put a redstone repeater somewhere in here, because that refreshes the circuit and puts it back to full power, and this should reach the door. Yeah, perfect. That's that. Last step, if you want to use levers. So levers are a bit different because they keep the power on. So if you want to use a lever here, levers I usually don't recommend unless you want to keep this open for like a duration of time. The better way to use levers is to just have one lever in like a single control room that you can access from both inside and outside, because again, having two levers makes it, I mean, if you aren't single player, if it really shouldn't be that much of a problem. Like, you can use this lever, and then like you can have a lever right here. This works perfectly. Again, the only nuance is if you like close it and then you want your friend to come in, they can't use this lever anymore. You technically just have to like open the door for them because of how redstoning works, and it's just kind of weird. So a better idea is to like build something where there's like you have like a secret door, and then like it like connects to the like to the secret room, something like this, and it's just like it has like the lever inside of it, like this. And again, this lever would have to connect to our unpowered circuit, just like that. And that's basically it. Like, this lever is gonna turn off these pistons over here, or maybe not. Oh, look at that! It turned off. Or wait. Oh, let's see. The levers just like break everything. You don't want to have multiple levers on here at once. This lever is gonna turn this door on and off. That's basically it. I hope you like this tutorial. Oh, one more thing. Covering this up sometimes like breaks your thing. I'll tell you why right now. The reason why I have to use glass to like build up like this is because it connects despite it being like covering up the corner. If I like, I'm gonna put a redstone block right here, and then like a lamp right here. Nope, not the block. Well, yeah, bam. This connects. If I use a solid block, however, these don't connect because they're not solid blocks. Or no, because they are solid blocks. Like, if I put my redstone block right here, this will power this one, but nothing here because it can't like travel through the solid block. Like, if I were to put my redstone lamp here, this wouldn't turn on because it's like solid blocks. You have to use, I think, glass. Leaves might work, or can you even put redstone on leaves? Whatever. It doesn't work. So what happens is sometimes when you have like a redstone signal right here, if you like put a block right here for your like your covering, like if this thing was like right here, as you can see, the door just closed because putting a solid block just cut off these circuits. that's one thing you just want to like be careful of. Make sure you're not like cutting off these circuits with your solid blocks. And that's basically it. Thank you for watching if you made it this far, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!